of what it was like 2-3 seconds or
it was
quick, right?
Maybe a second and a half.
Yeah, but time slowed down. So I always feel like if time can slow down, time can speed up too. We were talking to our buddy who I haven't seen in a long time, and he's like, yeah, I've been going through some kind of bad times. I had a dark period, and next thing you know, it's 2 years later, and he's kind of coming out of it. So it's like time is kind of relative, isn't it? I don't think it's linear. I mean, if it's linear, is it linear? Is time just, is it just like, okay, time starts at 0, we got to 1800s, we got the year 2000?
Well, time is linear, but the perception of time,
right? I think time
is what changes.
Water. You know what I mean? Like it's
but
just
like when you said, like
liquid.
I don't know, like if I eat something, say if I eat Captain Crunch, it takes me back to my childhood. So we can kind of go back and forth, in our heads with time.
And I think that's what it is. It's our head and our perception is what changes time. It's not necessarily that, oh God, I'm 7 years old again and I can barely reach the table to eat my Captain Crunch. That kind of shit. It's your brain does the changing, and I questioned myself on it right after I saw this accident happen. I've had like 4 or 5 concussions, and there's memories that are blocked out. And
child molestation.
Sodomy.
For you, maybe.
Let's get a hypnotist in here.
But
we need a seance.
I don't know. I know my brain will cut out traumatic events.
Ouija board.
Like I said, though, I saw the motorcycle 3 feet away from the car. Then I saw the guy on the car. And then I saw the guy like 20 feet away from the car.
Oh.
So I got 3 good distinct snapshots.
Right. So you had
but it wasn't like right through the accident, So I'm just wondering if my
maybe you
brain
fast. You just
blocked
blinked,
out of the trauma,
blink.
or whether that's just how I see it because it did happen so fast. It's just weird to think about things like that.
Well, it's amazing how the mind works. I mean, like if you were that guy, you would black out because that's the body's natural defense mechanism. If you don't black out and you could actually feel that pain, you won't survive.
Exactly.
You wouldn't survive,
And that was the scary thing. This guy was out cold for like 3 to 5 minutes.
Oh, man.
Like no movement, no response, no words, no nothing.
You've been knocked out. I've never been knocked out.
I know, me neither.
I've passed out. We used to do the passing out game.
What were you,
hold
hyper?
your breath and someone pushes your chest.
Yeah, the hyper.
And you pass out. Stupid ass kids.
But
never from like a blunt force trauma to the head.
Yeah, that's the same thing as auto-erotic asphyxiation. Like when you just when you black yourself out, it's funny because someone could be walking towards you, and then you black out, and next thing you know, they're right in front of you, and you're just like, what the fuck just happened? Like,
just lose that.
Time stays
that
still.
time.
It just it melts. It's fucking weird.
That's scary shit though, man. Like, cause the passing out sensation it's crazy because you're like, okay, I'm breathing heavy, and then all of a sudden you're like, why am I on the ground?
Yeah, you do fall into a dreamlike state for like a second, but that second seems like a good minute.
You have like.
I remember
dream
listening to music. Like you're listening to a song right before you pass out, and your buddies like what they do is they just like brush up against you and just make sure that you lose it, and the song just rolls in your head for like a minute, and it's weird ass shit.
Have you ever done
that shit all the time.
nitrous?
No.
It's the same sensation.
Is it?
Yeah. That's why people love it. I loved it, but I can tell from doing it a couple times that this shit will kill me.
You're loony.
Yeah.
I think
it's just laughing gas, right? So you put it in the balloon. I'm telling everyone how to do nitrous now, but you put it in the balloon from the tank, and you just huff it in, just back and forth, breathe it in and out through the balloon, and it's like this sensation of like you hear the sound like wah 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 wah. Like, so I heard that sound going, and it sped up and finally like flatline, and you're just out. I mean, you're awake, but you're out. It's fucking crazy.
You got to do that with buddies, because if you don't,
we did.
If your respiratory doesn't come back, then you're gone.
Well, it's not like your buddies are going to be able to do anything anyway, because they're probably all huffing the same shit.
Well, I'm saying you got to do it with your buddies. For example, like if you just pass the fuck out, at least you have somebody to try to revive you or resuscitate you.
Yeah.
Because if you pass out and like your body decides not to come back, that's it, man.
I felt like a dumbass after doing that for an hour. I'm like, all right, this is enough. This is not for me.
Yeah, I was a kid that played with insects a lot. So what I would do a lot of time on a number of occasions is I would drown a bee or a few bees, and then I'd put them out in the sun. And they're drowned. They're dead. They're like, like in the cartoons when you see the guys like eyes just cross-eyed, and then put them out in the sun. And after a few minutes, they just start like you see a leg moving, then a wing. And then they can't fly for a good 5-10 minutes, though, But
we used to freeze bees.
I used to freeze them?
Yeah.
And it
was the same shit.
Yeah, just put them out in the sun and they come back to life.
Ah.
So you can't do that shit with humans. Or should we try?
Yeah,
See,
let's
they
drown
do it.
some kids.
Scientifically, they do it, like with cryogenics or whatever,
Yeah.
shit is, but...
Well, they think that will work. It's never been proven to work.
Right.
It does work, though.
Haven't you guys seen Demolition Man?
That's what I was going to say. Wesley Snipes came back, and so did Stallone.
You guys are fucking nuts.
I still don't know about what the shells are, though, because I saw that movie just last week. He goes into the restroom, and, they don't have toilet paper. He goes, where's the toilet paper? He goes, and what are the shells? And he goes, he doesn't know how to use the shells. Sandra Bullock's in that movie.
I know.
But what are the I still don't know what the fuck they meant by the shells. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Maybe it's
That's
like
how you wipe your ass or
Yeah.
something. I can't fathom, like, what the 3 shells are for. Watch the movie again and tell me, man.
He's like,
what
no,
are the
thanks.
shells
Sounds
for?
fucking stupid enough to me.
Do you
right
remember
now.
that movie?
That movie's badass,
No.
man.
You never seen Demolition Man?
Oh, dude, I've seen parts of it, but I
Yeah.
never
Oh,
watched
that's
the whole
why
why.
Dennis Rodman dyed his hair blonde, because of Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes was blonde in that
I just
movie.
saw Brooklyn's Finest, by the way. The movie with Wesley Snipes, Don Cheadle,
Oh,
Richard
yeah.
Gere, Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Pretty
Not
good
great.
shit.
It's not Training Day.
Yeah.
Same director. Not Training Day at all. As a matter of fact, I watched Training Day last night.
Yeah, I like that movie too.
Love that movie.
Yeah.
It was okay. It was good. Wesley Snipes was good in there. Don Cheadle was good in there. And after we watched it, my wife she was like, I don't get it. I don't get why it ended like this. And I don't know if you guys are going to see the movie if you're into it.
I'll check it out, but so don't tell
basically
me.
the moral of the story is the oldest moral in the story, moral ever. Slow and steady wins the race. That's it.
Right, always.
That's the moral.
Okay, it's like the turtle in the hair. It's
Right?
Yep.
We talked about last week Shakespeare and how those timeless classic stories just continue
Never
to
die.
get reinvented.
they just
and
get
never
revamped,
die.
redragged.
Exactly. Classic stuff never goes away.
Crazy.
Timeless, man. Timeless. That's the whole purpose of art.
So
You
you're
know-
saying in the future women will grow their big ass bushes back, right? Anyway, I'm sorry.
Yeah, fashion's always, they're cyclical. Everything will come back. Afros, all that stuff.
Well, I had a redhead girlfriend, and she always liked to keep, like a little, like Hitler, or like sometimes even go full Brazilian. But I made her grow that shit out just to see what it looked like. It's hot.
Yeah?
Oh yeah,
You're fucking
Carrot top.
crazy.
Carrot.
That's fire crotch.
Fire crotch.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what I'm looking for.
Carrot top.
Carrot
Dumb
top's a fucking
motherfucker.
strong comedian.
Dude, that guy's a fucking
Hey,
businessman.
but I'm thinking back to one of my concussions right now, and
You can't remember shit.
it was funny because what happened is I fell from a good height and broke both of my wrists trying to break the fall.
Oh man.
And I hit my head when I went down. And I don't know how long I was out for.
No.
I really, the scope of time never really came back on how long I was out. But I do remember waking up, looking at my back door, and going, dude,
What are you doing
a big
looking at
guitar,
your
dude.
sphincter?
help me get up. And my buddy was like, nah, dude, you aren't getting up. And he had told me he called my parents, both of my parents, and 911 while I was out. So-
Last time I looked at my back door, I had to use 2 mirrors.
You know what's
Oh,
funny?
boy.
These days, like everybody knows me as such a big fucking pervert that they talk around me, like what you just said, and they'll talk, and they tell the jokes now. I don't. Not one word falls from my mouth, and we're just cracking up. Just like right now with your back door.
Awesome. On that note,
I'm gonna look at my back door.
Show.
Keep an eye on your back door.
I don't have a back door.